What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here yet again. And I'm sorry if it took like an extra couple of minutes. I was having some, I'll say, loading difficulties. But luckily that got fixed. But yeah, this is the SNA podcast for Survivor Series, War Games. And yeah, let me tell you, this this match, I mean, this pay per view was the best. Like they have made yet again, and yeah, they're just and this is where I heard that this was sold out, and well, I'm not sure if it was accurately true, but yeah, I believe it is. Like in a way, like I think, in my opinion, like this because what's been offered and put out there for us for us us WWE universe like in SNA Assassinators alike to watch like in and even though like I'll say two out of the five matches on the card I got wrong, but it don't even matter like but I'll say like maybe it's for the best for these two matches were should have ended in this way like and yeah, and maybe it was for the best that it should have ended this way, like and not how I predicted it to be, like, but it was like it was the complete opposite. Why I predicted like these two in particular, which maybe I should on one of them, which was the opener, should have saw coming, but that's where we got the matches at the women's War Games match started things off. Yeah, one of the matches I did not expect it like what that was going to end up being like, but it's kind of like how I would think what would happen, other than like the team was falling out and and letting their disagreements and differences get the better of them. But luckily that did not happen. Maybe that was not the time, and maybe this was. Uh, Maybe they did a really good job not to acknowledge that and then just worrying about their common enemies. Even though the enemies almost got the dub, but we're going to get into that like right now. But then next up, we got million. This is where we got $1 million bait lay, like in George's girlfriend, taking on start things off with I believe it was Nia Jax, was it like so, just to get things kicked off, like because yeah, Bailey wants to fight whoever's the first challenger is like, and then no, not the first. What's the challenger? Like even if it was the championship match, I doubt Nia is the challenger. But anyways, yeah. But yeah, it was Nia Jax who's the first competitor that's going to be getting that doesn't have the advantage, which they're at number 2, while $1 million Bayley was at 1 because thanks to her former arch rival, now teammate of the night, Bianca Belair getting the win, but it's all thanks to $1 million Bayley that she has in the first place. And surprisingly, Bianca Belair did not let that be a bother of her, but it's where we saw Nia Jax immediately tackles Bailey, and she's not like a bill collector or tax collector, so she don't try to tax Bailey. She wants to attack her more likely, but this is where she gotta go for another clothesline on the Bailey, but Bailey takes out of the way. This is where then she then goes for what's it called, like a wrist lock. This is where she bounced right in the top rope. This is where she started in some right hands. This is where then she tried to Irish whip her right to the top corner side. But this is where Nia Jax moved her right into the bottom corner. This was trying to go for a clothesline. This is where this is where she instantly get dug by Bailey. This is where Bailey hit a forearm strike. She went to the left side. She hit another one, but she was still standing. She went to the bottom corner yet again, but she ended up getting power slammed by. Nearly got power slammed, but the role model smartly rolled out of it. This is where then she went right to the corner. This is where we got Nia Jackson trying to tackles her, but it's where Bailey then kicks Nia Jax right into the head. This is where then we got they're trying to get pushed right. This is where she nearly got pushed right into the steel cage, but this is where she tried to go for what's that Samoan drop. But this is where Bailey flipped right out of it. This is where she nearly gets stomped, but this is where she gets they move out of the way every time when Nia Jackson was trying to stomp her, trying to hit her into a certain place, but this is where she nearly clotheslined Bailey's head off, once she went after she missed her when she tried to go for a splash on the Bailey, but she moved right into that middle that middle bar, like that middle walkway, like to the second ring. Like, yeah, she moved right there. This is where she ducks or dodged out of another close up. This is where she's like, I can do it all day. Like, or how better yet, like, how about you join me? This is where the Nia Jax knew he did so, but luckily Bailey outsmarted her by hitting a running jawbreaker right with her halfway draped right to the middle rope. That's where then Bailey's like, yeah, like now I'm now I'm back in. And now I'm back in business where Bianca Belair is like, as much as I don't like this girl, but I'm rooting for her for now because of having the same enemy kind of situation. Is where you try to go for a splash and tackle her right to this metal bar that's keeping the two steel cages together. But this is where she gets flipped right over to the right side. But she dives right on the Nia Jax, but Jules still standing. She tries to send her right to the other side where the cameraman was. But this is where we got Nia Jax elbow striked her and threw her right back in the ring where the Liv Morgan started laughing and chuckling while Candice was like, yeah, come on, Nia. Now you can do this. Like, keep her warm for us. And this is where fans start chanting, let's go, Bailey. This is where I nearly got confused and thinking like is George Kittle is in the arena. But unfortunately for Bailey, I'm not sure if it's fortunate for us assassinators in the WWE universe or NFL universe. But I'm just saying, like, because I heard them saying Bailey, is where it started getting up to me, like saying like his Kenny Chips is in the arena, which I think he wasn't because he's getting ready for tomorrow night's Sunday night game, which I'm gonna tell you later on. I will be reviewing, but this is where we got Bailey to try to go for a punch right into the midsection. This is where then she grab onto her hand. This is where then she goes up right on the top rope. This is where she try to go standing on the ropes. I believe she was an Undertaker fan for doing this, or maybe Rey Mysterio because he also jumps up, walks right on the ropes when he does a wrist lock like that as well, but not by doing an axe handle. But this is where she goes for a Hurricane Rana instead. This is where then we got Bailey to rip off the arm brace thingamajiggy, which I thought she was about to expose herself. Luckily, she didn't do that. That would be very inappropriately creepy. Like, which if it was George Kittle was in the audience, you probably would. You never know. Like, yeah, no doubt about anything at this point. But this is where we got Bailey to using the little, what's that called? The little leverage brace that she was wearing around her shoulders, because I think that she's a little bit injured, like she has some kind of a shoulder injury. This is where she started whip. Or it wasn't, no, it was part of her attire, like that, like an accessory of hers that was wrapped around her shoulder. This is where she grabbed it and she started using it as an advantage. We got to get spikes on the side of it. This is where she started hitting Nia Jax with it, started whipping her right into the gut and the back. This is where once she tried to go for it, like when she got back up, this is where Nia Jax grabbed onto it and she pulled it right off from her and swinged her with it right into the bottom corner side. This is where we got. But this is where then we got what's it? Nia Jax then start using it as her weapon. This is where she turned into her cousin, the final boss. Like, they started whipping her like he did to the poor likes of Seth Rollins and the American Nightmare. That's where then they got Nia Jax got her up. This is where then we got Nia Jax then tossed right in the middle of. This is where she started wiping her backside with this little strap accessory that was around Bailey's shoulder. Like, this is where she started wiping it like if it's a piece of toilet paper or bathroom paper. It's like what like a certain relative of mine just said like a couple of days ago, which I'm not sure if I should even bring that up here on the podcast, but I thought might have a good laugh because they describe they're too old school to the point they call it bathroom paper because it's a type of paper product that you use when you go to the bathroom, of course. But this is where we got Nia Jax going for a hip attack onto Bailey, hitting her face first, right into the middle plank. Like, this is when she went right to the right side. Like, once she was in the middle of plank of the ring, this is where then she did some more damages onto Bailey until Bailey had enough. She went right back and tried to go for a running knee to the face, like right to the side of her face, actually, when she was coming from the bottom corner rope. But she instantly gets tackled, like right into a belly tackle like maneuver, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. Yeah, when she was running up to her, this is where we saw the the third participant then got into the ring, like or no, or the second babyface team, like the second member of the babyface team that came out when she was number 3, when she was wearing her party hat because it was her birthday, and I'm gonna give us a huge birthday shout out to Naomi, like which it happens to be ended up on the same day as War Games, where she's gonna go to war with her one of her wrestling sisters and or 2 of her wrestling sisters and a couple other fellow wrestlers that she has not associated herself with before, but she has no choice but to because they have the common enemies. But yeah, birthday shout out, and I even heard that it was her birthday earlier before War Games even came on, like since this morning. But I was like, I did not know her birthday was in November. Like, actually, it's the end of November. Which don't ask like where I got the where I heard that her birthday was in November 30th because it has something to do with a surprise. But anyways, I'm not sure why I even mentioned that part. But this is where I'm gonna say happy birthday to you, Naomi / Trinity, Fat 2, I guess you could call her. But this is where we got. This is where we got the former 2-time female women's champion, actually not female now, but this is where we saw her bring lots of weapons in here, like kendo sticks and maybe even a toilet seat as well, like to use because those things hurt when you get hit right into the head or right into the back. Well, more likely they'll probably use right into the back of it. But this is where we got Nia Jax. Then never got choked out by Naomi. But even if she did get put to sleep, I don't think that would even matter because, like, yeah, not all 10 women are in the ring at the same time, and the War Games not quite has been completed yet. With all the women being in there at the same time, this is where we got. What's her name? Naomi to go for this is where she gets landed right into the upper right side. This is where then she did a double foot stomp right into onto Nia Jax. This is where then we got. That's where she leaps right off. This is where she rolls right back in, right into the middle of the ring. She goes for a super kick right to the midsection of Nia to try to Irish whip her right to the left side, but this is where she instantly gets countered and get thrown right to the opposite way from her cousin-in-law. This is where then we got Nia Jax. This is where the Nia Jackson wait for her to be rolled back in the rope bound position, try to go for a clothesline. But Naomi did go for a sliding duck. Then she was on her knees, this is where she double drop kicked Nia Jax. Like, and this is where she was down, bent over. This is where she goes for a middle missile drop kick to be the exact, right to the left side of the face. Like, this is where then we got Naomi did. Convince Bailey to get back up, but I can help her out. Like, and I was saying, like, I wonder how they became wrestling friends and sisters. Maybe it's before like the other friend of theirs came around that they became women's tag team champions. Maybe they should be women's tag team champions. Like, considering that that the women's tag title is going to be stripped from Bianca and Jade anyways, they should make these two the women's tag team champions because they just somehow just go together now, like with them being friends and not letting their past rivalries on WWE television get in the way with their now friendship. Like, well, all thanks to social media, like they hang out in real life. But and this is where Mr. Paul Triple H Levesque was like, why not make them partners in on WWE television? This is where we got the Glow and the Role Model. Then went right to each corner not turnbuckle, each corner rope side. And when they went to the diagonal side with Bailey going for the left side, Naomi going to the right side. This is where she goes for a double knee. This is where she do it right to the back, and then Naomi did in the front. It looks similar to the Meteora, which I wonder who does that maneuver, but that's a different video for a different day. But this is where we got Naomi to go for a swing, going for what they call a kendo stick swing right onto Nia Jax. But this is where Nia Jax grabbed one before she could even hit her. This is where she hit her right to her side. Then she did the same with Bailey and her back. This is where it started hitting her right to her side when she was rolled right to the side. This is when she did the same with nearly made it go back by her. Whatever plan that Naomi was about to do. This is where we got Michael Cole saying like it's similar to what Naomi's father-in-law used like is a weapon, like in his prime in professional wrestling. But this is where we got, and which is also Nia Jax's cousin. This is where we got the irresistible force. Then dunk her head right into the inner part of the toilet seat. And of course, she was about to hit the running hip attack, or the running butt attack, I should say, because given that like it's like you're running right into the toilet and taking care of your business. But luckily, like she was saved by the Bailey Bay, I guess you could say, or saved by the Bailey, I guess you could call her. But this is where we got this is where it starts swinging right to her back. This is where she just started hitting her right in the back, just lashing. This is where we got this is where Naomi had hit. But this is where we got Naomi that hits her with the toilet seat right in the midsection. This is where we got Naomi that threw her right to the bottom, the upper right side. This is where she did gave her a taste of her own medicine by putting the toilet seat around Nia Jax's neck and on her head. This is where then she took a page out of her father-in-law's playbook, which is the stink face master himself, Rikishi, and that's exactly what she did to Nia Jax, and then went right to the face. This is where we got what's her name? This is where what's his name? Corey Graves said this is a shame and an embarrassment to the master of the stink face. And I was like embarrassing, like I think he must be proud watching this right now, like of her being like a part of the family, like with her like belonging into the Anawati and Fatu family, I guess you could you say right now, But yeah, this is where did she did this is where did she did that. This is where then we got Bailey and Naomi did a double, try to go for a double clothesline after they double Irish whipped her right to the left side. Like if they're like those other guys, like in the other company, like one goes Bay, they used to wrestle here. Well, the other guy that's made out of salt, I believe, rumor has it that he is, like was supposed to be here by this year, but he decided to resign with the other company, like because he has unfinished business there. And for other reasons, of course, because that's the best wrestle, like they love to say that term. But it's where they did a double body drop onto the Nia Jax. This is where the Nia Jax got more of the advantage because her best friend and right hand woman, like, and the current what they call it, the current Money in the Bank briefcase holder, Tiffy Time Stratton, came to the ring. Well, almost did, but it was actually Candice LeRae that confronted her. That's where then one thing Tiffany Stratton was like, this isn't right. Like how dare she decide to rudely cut right in front? Like, isn't that against the rules? Is where she starts shouting to Raquel and Liv Morgan about. But it's where they're like, I don't know, like, but like hopefully she's gonna be a help. But it's where Tiffany's like, what? Like I was supposed to be like helping Nia out there, but it's where we could. There's going to be a tease that we could be seeing a feud between LeRae and Tiffany Stratton. Even if both of them are going to stay as heels at the moment, I don't think, WWE wouldn't mind of doing a heel versus heel kind of situation at the moment, as long as it's going to lead up into Tiffany Stratton going to potentially turn babyface and finally cash it in on Nia Jax. Like into the foreseeable future, which I hope is going to be at WrestleMania, but that's gonna be all decided by Miss Money in the Bank herself. But this is where we got Nia Jax and they got a steel chair, start whacking both Bailey and Naomi with the chair. Like Candice LeRae was wishing, like, because she is the poison pixie, she started granting Nia Jax wishes that she got multiple steel chairs, at least a dozen, when she brought in a dozen. This is where they did what they call a toast to the chairs. Like there are a couple of glass cups until we got Naomi and Bailey ducks out of those chair swings and they start fighting back, starting some elbow strikes, like boom, 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 boom. And this is where then they wedge the chair right in front of what's her name, Nia Jax. This is where then we got Bailey then trying to stop Candice LeRae from attacking him, but this is where it was too late for her because she gets clotheslined instantly by the poison pick. And this is where then we got Candice then set her target onto Naomi. Like this is where but this is where she got her down as well. This is where she placed the chair, sat down. This is where she used as a stepping stool by hitting a cold breaker onto onto Bailey and hit a senton right on to Naomi when she was down on her knees, hitting her back to back, like and yeah, she's starting to try to be like a female version of this former WWE wrestler, which he's now in the other company that I just talked about, even though he's not wasn't on the shows on either the normal Friday after SmackDown show and the Saturday night show. But yeah, she's starting to be like trying to be like a young female version of him by hitting the moonsault, springboard lion salt, and the cold breaker, I should say. But yeah, Candice LeRae did grab onto the chair by relocating it right into the other side of the ring, like in the second ring. This is where the Candice LeRae did throw the chairs right into the side by making a pile. This is where I was like, what's the reason why are you doing it? Which we're gonna see in the like we're gonna see like with Nia Jax tossing Naomi and I believe Becky as well with what's her name Candice LeRae was lining them up face to face. This is where we got Nia Jackson slams Bailey face first right onto the canvas. This is where we got. This is where we got Candice LeRae and try to do some kind of a slam right on the Naomi, right into these the face-to-face chairs. But Naomi countered once Bailey got back on her feet and took out Nia Jax for a moment. But this is where they're about to hit their version of the 1D, just like Naomi, one of Naomi's husband and his twin brother normally do, which we're probably gonna be seeing them gonna be doing that. But wait and see about that. But this is where we got Bailey try to go for like that. But this is where this ended up going backfire because Nia Jax attacks Bailey from behind. This is where then we got here where we got line up the chair. Here where we got we line the chair actually. This is where we got Nia Jax to try to go for put Bailey right onto the top onto that those chairs. This is where Nia Jax. This is where Nia Jax did the Avandra while what's her name? What's her name? Candice LeRae hits the lion soul, just like that particular wrestler that used to be a wrestler right on to, used to be working for WWE until he moved on to the other one. This is where then it was the moonsault, but surprisingly then it went right through and made a huge nasty dent right onto those chairs that were lined up face to face. This is where we got Nia Jackson then hitting some fists right onto Naomi. Yeah.
Can you take the trash out?
Yeah, I can. But yeah. But before I get into more, excuse me for a moment. Anyway, Sass off. We got who was it? It was Bianca Belair. That was number 5 on the advantage. Like that was coming at the next 5 minutes. That was up. This is where Bianca Belair got in. He got everything underneath the ring. This is where she got like a trash can, and then I think steel chairs, and then a fire extinguisher. And yep, you guessed it, like the fans' favorite weapon in all of PW, and that is the table. This is where Excalibur, even though I'm not supposed to mention him when I'm talking about stuff from WWE, but it's like what he said. You just got to give the people what they want, and then this where then. And that's what Bianca Belair just exactly did. Is where then she set her sights first on what's her name to. It is where fans are chanting, "We want tables." It's where we got. This is where Bianca Belair threw Candice LeRae right to the bottom right side. Is where did she hang on to that side? She elbow strike Bianca Belair that was coming her way, trying to run her over. Is where she's like. She goes for what they call electric chair maneuver, but this is where she nearly hit the Poison Rana. Bianca Belair pulled Drew McIntyre onto her by hitting the reverse Alabama slam right into her face, right to the bottom right corner side turnbuckle. This is where we got Bianca Belair trying to hit the chair face. First one into Nia Jax. This is where she gets tossed right to the upper right side. This is where we got Bianca Belair. Then elbow strike her right to the face, where we got the EST, then goes for like a moonsault with the chair right to the head of Nia Jax. But Nia Jax move out of the way. This is where we got this is where did she toss Nia Jax the chair? This is where she hits the drop kick right to her face. She went right to the upper right side. This is where then we got. That's where we got Nia Jax and Naomi then was taking turns, just hitting their right hands respectively, and even Naomi hits her left right to the head onto Nia Jax, where fans are counting along with the glow and the EST. This is where then we got Bianca Belair stomping right into the head, right to the upper left side. This is where then. Upper right side of the turnbuckle, where Bayley was in the second ropes in the bottom left side to Candice LeRae, with them having the better advantage. It was a smart idea to have Bayley beat him. Bayley helping out Bianca Belair because help out better. Here's where Nia Jackson hit a drop kick onto the chair what they placed on the face of Nia Jax, which was right at the upper, what's that called? And up the upper right side, but this is where we finally got number 6 was none other than Tiffany Stratton, when she brought in trash cans and a couple other items that she could use, like against baby faces, where she helped out. This is where she helped out by attacking, taking out both Bianca and Naomi, helping out her queen of the ring. This is where she goes. She says, tippy time. She goes for a cartwheel and do a back elbow right into the EST. This is where she send her down right into the bottom corner side. While Bayley then trying to run up onto what's her name, Tiffany Stratton, she trips her over. This is where she goes for like a catapult flap with her sending her to Nia Jax. Just hit her with a belly tackle yet again, when Bayley cannot get a break of. This is where then she went for a handshake and a high five onto what's her name, Nia Jax. This is where then we got what's her name, this is where we got Nia Jax and Bianca Belair get tossed right into each other. Just went head-to-head collision. This is where then we got this is where they roll right into the corners. This is where we got Naomi to try to go for a clothesline, but Tiffany Stratton try to go for a backslide, while Nia Jax go for a headlock right into the head of Nia. Nia did to Naomi. This is where she hit her head first. This is where we got what's her Nia Jax to grab onto Bianca Belair. This is where we got her going for a Samoan drop. This is where we got Tiffany Stratton, then went to the upper right corner side to hit a neck breaker. Just watch she go for a Samoan drop. But fans are saying Tiffy time because she's very over right now. This is where we got Tiffany Stratton like, every time it's Tiffy time, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we got them continuing to do their advantage over the baby faces, even though it's even like at this time. That's where we got Kansas away. Then brought Bianca Belair right to the upper right side. This is where Bianca Belair. Then right out of it is where she goes for what they call a body. with that fallaway slam is where we got what's her name? Candice LeRae, right? Or not Candice LeRae, it was no Tiffany Stratton that tried to throw Bailey right to the right side. This is where she gets countered by Bailey with a twisting neck breaker. This is where we got Io Sky's number 7. This is where she immediately runs out there to get plenty of weapons, including a purple trash can. I'm like, are you crazy, Io? Like, remember the last time you brought a trash can in a War Games match? Like, you were not so lucky. Like, you just have bad luck with trash cans, but luckily, like that was not the case this time. Not even with Raquel Rodriguez in this War Game match. Just like back in 2020, like 4 years ago. Yeah, and I just hope I got that right by saying the last time you brought a trash can in a War Games match, which I did. But it's where Io Sky got a string to tie around her waist along with the trash can. It's where we got That's where she climbed right up in the right side. That's where we got Corey Graves saying this was a very unique move. But I gotta admit it was, but that's where she kept it right on top. This is where we got Candice where like, hey, like, remember that you stabbed me in the back in this, like after the steel cage match you were in, like in our time in NXT. And Io Sky like, yes, and I don't feel so bad for you. Like, look at us now. Like, yeah, because you turned out to be a terrible person. Well, I'm not here, like being much. I'm already here in the main roster, known as a former women's champion. This is where we got Candice Ray was telling her to shut up. This is where she tried to hit her with a draping suplex off the top of the steel cage. This is where she tried to go. But this is where Io Sky counter tried to go for a sunset flip. But this is where we got Candice LeRae hanging on. But this is where we got. This is where Io. This is where we got Io to go for a back elbow on the Candice, which he tripped right over, hits face first right to the top corner on the right corner side. And then we got Io Sky going up in the upper right corner side. Go for a missile drop kick on the Candice LeRae. Send her right to the bottom left side. She goes for a kip up, like, yeah! And this is where Tiffany Stratton's like, oh no, you don't like not on my court. This is where the Io Sky like, what are you talking about? This is not your court, this is mine. And this is where we got Tiffany Stratton was trying to shut her up with a clothesline, but she ducks. This is where then she goes to a right corner side. Io Sky to go for a cartwheel into a backflip. This is where then she was like, we could prove something better. Like, I like to see your moves. This is where she told her to bring it on. This is where we got Tiffany Stratton trying to run and attack her, but this is where she went to the left side. This is where we got, what's her name? Io Sky slide ducks while Tiffany Stratton go for a cartwheel over her and do a backflip. And this is where she started like, I can even do a better right here. Io Sky like, hey, that's where then what's her name? Io Sky's like, I gotta admit that was impressive. Like, you gotta tell me what's the secret. This is where Tiffany Stratton's like, I would love to, but if I tell you, it won't be a secret anymore. And that's where then Io Sky's like, of course, is where then she tried to go for a German suplex. Tiffany Stratton managed to get back in the offense side by grabbing onto the left ropes on the second ring. This is where we got Io Sky trying to go for a roll up, but this is where Tiffany Stratton's move. What's her name? Candice LeRae in the upper. Oh no, Candice LeRae in the bottom left side. And anyways, assassinators, without any further delays, hopefully that was going to be the last time I get interrupted. But this is where we got Io Sky and going up, hit a meteor onto Tiffany Stratton right to the upper right side. Then she went to the bottom left where Candice LeRae was diagonally until Nia Jax came from behind attacking her. This is where we got number 9 came out. Oh, no, number 9. It was number 8, actually. We didn't even got to her yet. And it was Raquel Rodriguez with her telling but once she got out of the cage where Liv Morgan was at, this is where she told her teammate, all right, like, see you in there. And this is where she did the gobble papador, hand gesture of a turkey, because it was Thanksgiving 2 nights ago. This is where we got And you got Raquel Rodriguez brought some tables underneath the ring with with the fans start not was not much happy when Raquel was doing that because they think she's a terrible wrestler. Like in this where we got Rhea Ripley with a very funny but a very awesome ram mask that she has on her head face, like if she was a female like luchador over at the other company. Well, like yeah, he is. I think he is under contract in that company, which he's known as the Beast. But anyways, yeah, she kind of looks similar like a female version of him, like where her husband's wrestling for, like which he's known as Buddy Murphy. But yeah, like it's in the same company there. But this is where we got Raquel Rodriguez bragging table. It's where the fans like we don't want no tables being dragged by you because you're terrible. It's where then we got Raquel Rodriguez that was like, okay, like that. But we got Raquel Rodriguez did a fallaway slam right onto with a Bianca Belair. This is where then she goes for a snake eyes right into Naomi, right face first, right onto the on the cage. This is where she tried to go for a power slam. But this is where Bayley came in and attacked Raquel. This is where Bayley and Bianca Belair double teaming her with something that you would never thought you would see this on the 2024 wrestling card like in WWE. But this is where they just let Raquel Rodriguez have it with them hitting the double fist right onto the former NXT Women's Champion until Nia Jax attacks both women right into the corners where Raquel Rodriguez then hit her right hand to the EST while Nia Jax grabbed onto Bayley. This is where the both big mama houses were this is where they do the high five right into each other. This is where they're trying to go for a devastating maneuver. This is where Rhea Ripley's like, I can't wait to get in there, and I will show what death really is and what's a real war is. Like even if it was just me against the two of them, like I would dominate them. And this is where I was like, yeah, that may be true. Like I would not disagree with Rhea Ripley on that one. This is where we got Raquel and Nia Jax threw Bayley face first right onto the steel cage in the bottom corner side in the first ring, while Raquel did the same with Bianca right to the top corner side. Is where we got. And where they went to the opposite direction, like when Raquel throwing Bianca right into the bottom corner ropes and then Bayley face right to the top. This is where then they did another high five and the belt, like if they're in the Broadway play. This is where they grab onto Io Sky, went for a power bomb, and then smashing Io and Naomi's back by going for a back-to-back collision, which I heard of a head-to-head collision, but never a back-to-back collision, which that sounds like something that happened repeatedly rather than hitting somebody's back with somebody else's back. But this is where we got. It was like it's easy by ourselves. It was like if it was the four of us against, if it was the two of us, only the two of us against the four of them, like we could have win. And I was like, yeah, that's not really a lie. This is where we got a few seconds later onto. A few seconds later, this is where we got Rhea Ripley got into the ring and made a difference maker by taking out the two big power mama houses. This is where Rhea Ripley picks up the likes of Bianca and Bayley and then even Naomi, like in Io to get up so they can get ready against the likes of Raquel Rodriguez and Nia Jax and Tiffy and even what's her name, Candice LeRae. This is where fans are chanting, this is awesome. And I forgot to tell you, this is definitely going to be getting the silver trophy of the night, second place of the best wrestling match of the night. Like they did a very fantastic job on it, even though it didn't end it like the way I expected it to, but that's fine. Like it don't have to be like I expect. It was even better like how I expected it to be, which it proves that we don't know everything, like only just certain elements, like in wrestling, like in anything that we talk about on the SNA podcast. So anything is possible, like like in any sport or any entertainment type of I'll say subject. Like I think like don't put a limit on anything, like especially at this time. But this is where we got Rhea Ripley. That's where Rhea Ripley did go for a chair, right? Or not chair. It was the toilet seat, like right to the back of Raquel Rodriguez. Start whacking her right to her back. That's where we got that. Naomi did give me a shot of that. Is where we got Candice LeRae and hit the kendo stick shot right onto Io Sky. Is where Bianca Belair the fourth. Oh no, it was Rhea. Was it Rhea Ripley? Yeah. Oh no, it was Io Sky. I'm right. Yeah, this is where Baylor hit a forearm strike on the canvas for LeRae, but this is where Rodriguez booted her right into her face. Naomi hit a running bulldog right into Raquel's face first, right onto the toilet seat. This is where then we got that Nia Jax had a clothesline right into her cousin-in-law. This is where then we got Nia Jax like, who wants some? This is where Rhea Ripley was like, oh, I want some. I know, like, I have a better idea. How about you take what I have? This is where she headbutt her with her ram mask, like, which is her face shield as well. She's not hitting her face first, but she didn't feel a thing because like she's her orbital bones included, like that other issues on her face was protected. This is where we got then Morgan then got into the got out of the cage. He was hesitant at first. It looked like it was where Liv Morgan was like you know, like you win, Rhea, like you y'all could just start war games without me. This was like she was about to leave and be a chicken. And I was like, man, this would be crazy if she actually just left, and then there will be a 5-on-4 contest. Like that. It makes the baby faces look like the heels, even though like half of them don't act heelish, other than the EST and the Eradicator, if I'm being completely honest. But it's where we got but it's where it was all just a ruse. Like it was Liv Morgan just playing a trick on all of us. And this is where you had a baseball bat. This is where she was like you think I was ever gonna leave without this? This is where she was like and besides, like everybody got all the weapons out of the ring. This is where Rhea Ripley was like not entirely, because like considering there's another War Games match, but only for the men, so we gotta save those for them, like when they go to war. And then this is where Rhea Ripley then was like, come in here, like Liv, like I've been waiting for a long time for this. This is where Rhea Ripley's like. This is where Rhea Ripley's like, give me your best shot right onto my right side of the face. This is where Alicia Taylor was like, all right, now every 10 woman that's in the match, let the war games begin. And this is where then they have the war games begin. This is where we got Bianca Belair and Raquel Rodriguez was in the second ring, was going at it, while Tiffany Stratton and what's his name? Nia Jax came along. They took care of Bianca. This is where Rhea Ripley revealed that she don't need the what they call the head shield, a face shield, even though her orbital bones did not completely heal, but she don't care. Like if it does cost her that in order to take out the person that put her on the shelf for many months. Like, and this where then she had a tattoo that looks similar, or not tattoo, like some kind of like face paint or war kind of paint, or some kind of a temporary tattoo that looks similar to the Liv Morgan's former teammate that's formerly known as Sarah Logan, but now she's known as Valhalla, if I'm not mistaken. She looked like, what's her name? Like Game Changer, or what's her name is? That's from TNA. Yeah. Like she also looked like her. That's where we got Liv. But that's where we got Liv Morgan to try to go for it, try to swing the bat at her. But Rhea Ripley then dodged out of the way. This is where she started beating her right to her back. No. Why should be doing that? Oh. All you have to do is just listen. All you have to do is just keep drawing. I mean, you're coloring. What was your issue? Sorry about that. Like, he shouldn't have been doing that. Is it okay, man? Why does this always happen? Anyways, this is where we got Rhea Ripley go for a riptide. This is where she gets ambushed by Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax and Candice LeRae, not to mention. This is where they double or triple teamed her because it was 3-on-1. This is where Liv Morgan's like, get her up, girls. And then this is where she swing the baseball bat right onto the midsection. I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. Like I'm not even in the match. I felt that like just like miles away. Like, from a totally different state, even country, because obviously I'm in America. They were in Canada. This is where they started whacking. Yeah, Liv Morgan. I mean, not Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan was doing that to Rhea Ripley, her most worst enemy in WWE. This is where then we got Liv Morgan's like, yeah, we got the handcuffs, and this is where it looks like they're about the cuff up Ripley, which Rhea Ripley has actually good luck rather than bad luck with handcuffs. So I was like, I wouldn't be so comfortable with using those because that could easily be backfired. And let's just say that's what exactly happened. But I'm not going to get into that until later because they weren't used until later. This is where Liv Morgan to try to use the handcuffs on her. Like this is where Rhea Ripley tried to fight as much as he could. This is where luckily Bayley came in and Bianca Belair. This is where they came in and just. And then this is where then we got them by fighting them off. And Io Sky hit a missile drop kick on the Nia Jax, sent her on the ground. This is where we got Tiffany trying to go for a missile drop kick of her own, the foot stomp, which was guaranteed that she never got a chance to do at first. But you know the rules of professional wrestling. If it didn't work the first attempt, it's going to be happening guaranteed in the second. This is where we got Rhea Ripley hit a boot right to the Tiffany Stratton's face. This is where we got a tornado DDT onto what's her name, to Candice LeRae, but it's where we got Bianca Belair threw her face first right into the cage. Raquel Rodriguez then hits like a Uranagi / faceplant maneuver, like if she was her boyfriend, the monster of all monsters. This is where we got Naomi that came in, kicks her in the gun, hits a face buster right onto her face, like if she was her former rivals, the Bella Twins, which I'm not sure if I should mention them by name at this time. Even though they're not in another company, so so they're not pretty much like currently like active competitors at the moment. But this is where we got Liv Morgan that hits a mid-roll facebuster onto the glowing wrestler. This is where we got the current women's world champion that was crawling around, which she was like doing so like looking a little inappropriate, like and giving all the freaks and the audience like this peek to see, I guess you could say, which I don't understand why I'm not even saying it right here, but that's pretty much her image, I guess you could say, like, well, at least for Dirty Dom or Daddy Dom, like what she said, even though they're not really in a relationship. But this is where we got Liv Morgan then going for a sunset flip, like not Liv Morgan, Bayley, $1 million Bayley, then going for a sunset flip powerbomb. Hit her back first, right into the upper right corner side turnbuckle. This is where we got Nia Jax to the Samoan drop right onto Bayley. This is where she go for a cover. But this is where Bayley got the left shoulder hardly at 2.7, if I'm mistaken. This is where Nia Jax had her mouth closed. Like, that did not just happen. Like there's no way she kicked out of that. This is where we got this is where they start going to war right onto each other. This is where everybody was beating the hell out of each other until Io Sky had enough of stuff seeing this. This is where they went up right on the top, right onto the when Tiffany Stratton went back to the left side, when Io Sky to the right. This is where Io Sky then repeated herself from back in 2020, when she put the what they call the purple trash can right on top of her. I'm like, like she's jinxing the babyface team, like the babyface team, like not winning right here, because the last time she did this, she came up short. But luckily that wasn't the case. This is where we got Io Sky hits that moonsault perfectly. As a matter of fact, that would look pretty impressive. Along with Tiffany Stratton going for a swan time. I'm surprised she didn't did her beautiful prettiest moonsault. That's what she's called. But she hit the. But this is where we got Io Sky hit the over genius moonsault, I guess you could say, or the genius over the moonsault, whatever it's called. But fans are chanting, "This is awesome." I'm surprised they did not say "Holy sugar on the iced tea" like I was saying. Like wow, like this literally just happened. Like, yeah, shocking. Like, but then like just dive around to everybody, like which what makes it extremely entertaining. This is where Tiffany's trying to grab a bull rope out of there without the cowbell. This is where she was like, why do I need a bull rope for? Like, I'm looking for something totally different, which it was the what's that, the Money in the Bank briefcase, when she was chuckling like, this is where the Michael Cole was like, how in the hell that's going to work? Like, and this is where the Corey Bates pointed out, like, maybe she's decided to cash in at this time, which I understand why she was trying to do it in the middle of the match, which her seeing the lifeless body of seeing the lifeless body of two current women's champion, one from Raw and the other from SmackDown, which was Liv Morgan, the current women's world heavyweight champion, and it was Nia Jax, the current WWE women's champion. This is where then she was like, "Who I should cash in on?" This is where Raquel Rodriguez like, "Dude, like, why are you trying to cash in on either of these women? Like, now's not the time. And plus, like, you better not cash in onto what's her name, to the Liv point." Like, like it seemed like y'all giving up already. This way that she blew the fire extinguisher right to their face, like, right, because that does blind your eyes when you directly get extinguished right into your face. Like, even it probably burns more than fire do, like where it gets in your eyes, like, because it's like, I'll say garlic powder, I guess you could say. Like, it just stings very much. This is where Rhea Ripley finally used the handcuffs against the heels by handcuffing Raquel Rodriguez right to the upper right side. This is where Io Sky started laughing, like if Rhea Ripley said a very funny joke, but Rhea Ripley probably taking a page out of Bugs Bunny's playbook by outsmarting the villain. This is where we got and then Raquel Rodriguez tried to hit the right hand, but Rhea Ripley started hitting some right punches right to that. This is where the fun time got spoiled by what's her name, Nia Jax, when she belly tackles her like she was doing the $1 million Bayley. This is where then we got and then we got what's her name, Nia Jax in the right hand to the face on the Io Sky. This is where she's like, "Who else is gonna be my next victim?" This is where she's like, "I'm gonna have to find one." Like, this is where we got Nia Jackson telling Tiffany Stratton and Candice LeRae to grab the table. This is where Naomi tried to play a game of tug of war, but Candice LeRae hit her with the right hand, stop her so you can put it right to the right side because they have an idea. While that's why fans are saying, "We want tables," which I was like, yeah, I think this, like, even if it's 21-24, like, which is a century from now, I still think that these fans, like them, I guess their offspring, I should say, like, would still want tables in wrestling matches. This is where we got Candice LeRae trying to hit some right hands and try to hit a hurricane run right through the table in the right side of the ring, the second ring. This is where Bianca Belair countered out of it, hit an avalanche powerbomb facebuster Majiggy, hitting Candice LeRae face first right onto the turnbuckle. But it's where, like, she was the only person that got hit face first into a ring apron. I mean a ring weapon or a ring item, and that was Bianca Belair hitting face first right into the ring canvas floor. This is where then we got. This is where Nia Jackson picks up what's her name, Bianca Belair. After she done that, Samoa dropped her, followed that up with her other finishing maneuver, run to the right side, hit a running leg drop, and she probably would have gotten away with this win if it wasn't for those two former meddling teammates that used to be on the same team as Damage Control, and that was $1 Million Bayley, and the other one was the Genius of the Sky, Io Sky, with them staring face to face at each other, like. She was like, yeah, like, so we team again, like, instead of meet again, because they used to been a team that nearly ruined Bianca Belair's life, but they're also teaming with her as well. But it's where they start arguing about things like something similar to like what Raquel Rodriguez and Tiffany Stratton was doing. And then we got all focused. I was like, man, I thought this was gonna be Bianca rather than Io, but this is where Nia Jax had a double clothesline on the both now baby faces. This is where Nia Jax like, haha, like now I'm finally making progress. This is where she was like, now I'm about to finally give Bianca a taste of her own medicine that the other wrestler that failed to do so, even the one I used to team with when I was a tag team. But this is where she started whipping Bianca Belair and doing insult to injuries onto the EST. I was like, I never thought, like, not even like in 2025 or 2030, now I would see somebody be using Bianca Belair, using Bianca Belair's hair against her, like using it as a weapon against her. Let me rephrase that. But yeah, this is where she started whipping her with it, like boom, 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 like if she was her mother, and if she was her child. This is where she put her face first on the table. This is where she tried to go for the annihilator onto Bianca Belair, right onto her, right through that table. This is where Nia Jax like, you're gonna feel the pain and the annihilation. This is where then she about to hit the maneuver, but luckily I believe was it I think it was Naomi. It was Naomi that came up and helped Bianca Belair. When Bianca Belair finally got off the table, and this is where then they started hitting her right in her back, beating her. That's where we saw Naomi to kick her right up between her legs. Like, yeah, that had to hurt. Like, even though that she's not going to be starting the family anytime soon, but it's where they go for a. This is where they go for a double power bomb Majiki maneuver. Yeah, like this is where they hit it right to the table, and they probably would have gotten away with it sooner if it wasn't for that meddling. I'll say Harley Quinn wannabe, I guess you could say, which she didn't even know who was the villainous character from the DC comics. This is where we got Liv Morgan and swing the bat right onto Io Sky right into the midsection. She tried to do the Bianca, but Bianca pulled the bat like if it was her own hair. Like she was like, nope. She started shaking her head, trying to use it against her by making her go backfire. But this is where she's like, no, I have a better idea. I have a better weapon that I can use. This is where she tried to use her chair. But this is where she started asking for Raquel to save her. This is where Raquel did like even though she was still stuck in the handcuffs right under the ropes, she still managed to protect Liv Morgan by booting her in the face when Bianca Belair got into the ring. This is where we got this is where Raquel Rodriguez tried to go for a boot to Bayley, but Bayley didn't hold on to the boot. She's like, I'm not falling for it. This is where she started some elbow strikes right into the face. But this is where Liv Morgan gave her the chair, like if she was a female Rob Van Dam. This is where then we got. This is where did she hit what's that called what's it called, the Oblivion, like right into the middle of the ring, like just hit her right into with the chair first, with the chair right in front of her, just went right into the canvas. This is where got Liv Morgan try to go over her pin, but Rhea Ripley picks up Liv Morgan, like stopping her. This is where she started hitting some headbutts repeatedly, despite her wearing her face shield on. Yeah.
Can you give me something to drink? Because I'm still thirsty.
I guess I'll give you some water, but okay, I'll be right back. Excuse me for a moment.
Show his mom what he did?
Not yet. I'm about to tell her once I get done with this. But this is where we got. Anyways, this is where we got.
You need to tell
Yeah, or you can just tell her. I'll just say, like, since you want to, okay.
her. He had the blue one, right?
Yeah, I think it was the blue. But anyway, this is where we got Rhea Ripley then go for a riptide onto Liv Morgan after she hit her head. But even though when she did not have a what they call a face shield on, and that was too risky for her to do because she had a very a severe injury. This is where we got Rhea Ripley go for a boot right to the face. Where we got Liv Morgan then go put the chair right into the face onto Liv Morgan. This is where Liv Morgan did put the chair right onto Rhea Ripley's face. This is where she has a code breaker with it, trying to break that orbital bone in the process. Which this is where then this is where luckily.
Junior and Kay always talk.
He already confessed. Okay, I guess that's good. But anyways, Assassinators is where we got. Despite this hit, I don't think Rhea Ripley's orbital bone re-broke. I guess that's a good sign, even though Liv Morgan, like in kayfabe, wanted that to happen. This is where she tried to go for like a senton right off the top rope, like she normally do to her opponents when she tried to go right to a table. Why don't you ask Sonya Deville that question, like, and how she felt when she got hit with a senton by Liv Morgan. But this is where we got Rhea Ripley got up on the top rope, started hitting her with right hands right to the midsection. This is where she trying to fight back with against Liv. This is where Liv Morgan was about to hit the Oblivion right off the top like an avalanche Oblivion, but Rhea Ripley countered into an avalanche riptide right into the table right off the top rope in the upper left side, just slamming her right through, dunking her in. This is where she tried to go for a pin. She got 1, 2, 3. Help got the female baby faces to win. And your winners of this match: Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Io Sky, Bayley, and that's the Rhea Ripley. Yeah. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Io Sky, and what's her name? And Naomi. Yeah, that's who I'm forgetting. But I'll give this match silver trophy of the night. I think they did a very successful job, and this is why. And that's why, yeah, this women's division is doing great right now, just like the other companies' women's division. I think like whoever has the most prestigious, I'll say WWE goes number one, while the other company goes number two. Like in my opinion, even though I fairly like those women's wrestlers, whether they came from WWE or originally just made their way, made their pro wrestling career debut over in that company. But yeah, but let me know down in the comment section right down below what's your opinion on this matter. But this where next off we got the next match, which was none other than Shinsuke Nakamura taking on LA Knight. Yeah, like in the it was like LA, yeah. This is where it was for the United States Championship.
Wait a minute, take that.
Oh yeah, like I did not expect what to happen here. They did it again. Like the WWE have caught me by surprise. Like and somebody better call Britney Spears because obviously they did it again. Like and they kind of they kind of it seemed like that. It was like it seemed like it was about to be like about. It seemed like it was about to be like it could be like something obvious, but it was much rather the opposite. And WWE show, including Triple H himself, they like must have high hopes for Shinsuke Nakamura for this match finish to happen. And there's probably some future for the War Samurai. Why would you do that? But anyways, no violence. But anyways,
that's stupid.
But anyway, this is where.
Wait a minute.
This is where we got.
He won't blink it.
You know, we got things started off with LA Knight, then this is where they spin around. This is where they get ready. This is where LA Knight was not sure if he was ready, but he's like, I've started to fight him anyways to prove my point that I am the greatest United States champion as yet to been on WWE, which I think he is for having such a decent reign thus far. With him, like even though it's 3 months, but still like something that we haven't seen like somebody had a very decent United States championship in months, if not years. So yeah, like LA Knight did a pretty decent job like with that belt. But this is where we got Shinsuke Nakamura to get sent right into the. This is where we got LA Knight get sent right to the bottom right corner side. This is where he bounced right off in a running clothesline right onto Shinsuke. This is where he put Shinsuke right on top of you. This is where he started hitting some right hands repeatedly right into the head onto Shinsuke. This is where we got him going for a suplex. This is where he just slammed him right to the ground. This is where LA Knight then hit an elbow drop right into the face. This is where he's trying to go for a pin, but this is where Shinsuke Nakamura kicks out at 2.6. But this is where LA Knight then start going to the bottom left corner side. This is where LA Knight just constantly just hitting some stomps right into the bottom left side, with fans are chanting yeah, like repeatedly. This is where LA Knight is right back at them. This is where LA Knight then went right to the top corner rope. This is where he go for a baseball sliding kick. Shinsuke Nakamura then hits midsection first right onto the barricade. Yeah, it looks like a very cool maze. Like what's that called? Like a what's that like? Not connect the dots, but the one that you use the pin to go line up and try to find your way out of the exits. But anyways, yeah. Back to the review. This is where we got LA Knight to start continuing to hit Shinsuke Nakamura right into the hardest part of the ring, which is the ring apron. And he knows this is where he was hitting him in the face just to get his give Shinsuke Nakamura his just desserts by hitting Shinsuke Nakamura face first right onto the apron. This is where we got I see. Yeah, I did. I seen it. But this is where we got LA Knight to do Shinsuke Nakamura back in the ring, but he gets his elbow strike gets dip right to the left and then the right. This is where we got him trying to close on him to the out of the ring, but he was really out of the ring. This is where. But it's where like it was LA Knight like kicking right in the face, even if it is in the middle, like the platform part, like that middle bar onto the ring or something like that.
I'm back anonymous.
But this is where we got LA Knight to go right up in the middle ropes, right into the bottom right corner side. LA Knight to shout, "Hell!" And this is where he elbow striked him right with him draping Shinsuke Nakamura right into the middle ropes. This is where LA Knight's like, "Who wants to see me punch my ticket into another move to hit?" This is where LA Knight's like, "Come on up!" And this is where then he picked him up, trying to go for the jetpack power slam. But this is where Shinsuke Nakamura like counted out that, try to go for a back and belly maneuver. LA Knight counted through, and then try to go for back and belly of his own, but Shinsuke Nakamura driven right to the bottom left side, touchdown, hits him face first right to Tina. That's where it seems like everybody cannot give what's his name LA Knight a break of making him kiss Tina when he's already taken and he already is in a relationship. This is where Shinsuke Nakamura go for a back-legged kick right to the head onto LA Knight. Oh, excuse me, like you're kind of blocking the screen. Like I need to. Can you do this someplace else, right into the opposite side?
Can you get the west?
I'm not trying to ruin the fun. Like it's just I need to be seen right into the screen. But
we have to get this.
But anyways, this is where we got Shinsuke Nakamura go for a leg kick right into the face side of the face of LA Knight. This is where Shinsuke Nakamura then follow things off by putting him right to the upper right corner side like he normally do when he tried to hit the knee right to the midsection, just like the now commentator Wade Barrett used to do in his time in wrestling, like about a decade ago. This is where he sent him right to the outside, Mr. Los Angeles Knight, I should say. This is where we got Shinsuke Nakamura, then waiting for him to get back in the ring so he could do more damages onto the man that's named after the city of California. This is where then he goes getting kicked right into the midsection. This is where we got Shinsuke Nakamura just continue to hit the kicks like if he's his own version of a certain dragon that used to have been a yes man. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about that from a different video, like about that guy. But this is where. That's where we got the mega star, and we're trying to get himself right back up. But Shinsuke Nakamura beat him to it by trying to pick up LA Knight. But this is where LA Knight intercepted and hit him with a running man DDT. This is where then we got him trying to go for a pin, but he only got 2.4. LA Knight then picks up Shinsuke Nakamura when he tried to go for a leg kick. This is where then he hit a reverse version of my finishing maneuver, which it looks like I'll say, probably look like the most, I'll say, this was like the very, I'll say, intimidating move in all of professional wrestling. It was the reverse assassin guard drop. Yes. I don't know. Smell what?
Smell poop. I smell poop.
I don't know. Like I don't see any poop. But anyway.
Try your poop.
Not again.
No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Check in his diaper. What?
No, not like that.
No, once. And once my sister looked at my dick in her pants, and then she had her finger covered up. She digged in her finger.
Anyways, assassination is where we got LA Knight. Then try to go for a pin after hitting this maneuver, which is the most intimidating maneuver in all of professional wrestling. The reverse version of my finishing move, the assassin power driver. Try to go for a pin, but Shinsuke Nakamura kicks out at 2.8. LA Knight, like, unfortunately, that did not work like the way I hit the maneuver. This is where we got Shinsuke Nakamura that pushes LA Knight right to the bottom left side. Trying to hit a running attack move, but LA Knight elbow striked him. This is where then he hits, trying to look like about to hit a belly-to-belly suplex, but he's like, I have a better idea. And I'm going to put him on the top rope in the bottom left side is where he's just trying to go for like a avalanche suplex, but he gets pushed right off the top, but he got sent right to the diagonal corner in the upper right, but he managed to gain some balance and stop himself from going fully over there. This is where he goes right back in the bottom left side. Go for a springboard avalanche suplex. Mr. Shinsuke Nakamura counter, tripped him right over. He hits hard right into the ring, the turnbuckles. This is where we got Shinsuke Nakamura trying to go for an avalanche suplex, which he do so on the LA Knight, but LA Knight managed to elbow strike him. Nakamura the kick out like a Giri kick right into the back of the neck of Los Angeles. Here's where we got what's his name? Shinsuke Nakamura picks up Knight. This is where he hits an avalanche power struggle suplex, whatever it's called, just slam him right to the head because right in the face. We got this finishing maneuver. But once he tried to go for a pin, Knight then kicks out at the last second. 2.999 double triple nine bodies from one away from being 3. This is where Shinsuke Nakamura was about to go for the King Chazda. But anyway, in professional wrestling because even though this didn't work the first time, LA Knight moved out of the way, but we got the second attempt they're looking forward to. LA Knight then picks him right up. Hits a back suplex / clothesline maneuver that looks similar to Roman Reigns used to do when he was the big dog. This is where we got Mr. Los Angeles Knight. And whenever right in the middle of Roman, his finishing signature move by doing the LA Knight point and then jumping up right up on the top rope. Hits a elbow drop right onto Shinsuke. Into LA Knight. Like that's how you do it. That's where he started punching his ticket, trying to get the blunt force trauma. This is where then he almost had him when Shinsuke Nakamura turned around. But at first he was struggling. But it's where he decided to. But once LA Knight was about to turn him around, Shinsuke Nakamura fell and Smart went right into the middle bars of the ring. This is where LA Knight then try to collect what's the name what LA Knight is where he was about to hit powerful maneuver in the middle of the bar to hit him like hand or back first with. But this is where we got Shinsuke Nakamura counter, go for a suplex or try to go for a suplex face, but LA Knight countered and try to go for a suplex. But this is where we got somehow once LA Knight tried to go for a suplex on him, he drops him. And I believe I could be theorizing here, but it seemed like that he did a little bit of a spec spit right into the eye of LA Knight in the left there, the left eye. This is where Shinsuke Nakamura hits the reverse DDT like if he just hit a scorpion death lock or death drop actually, just like his idol's former arch rival in the wrestling business, the Great Muta, used to do when he hit the scorpion, the Great Muta's arch rival, Sting used to do, which I'm not sure if I should mention him by name because obviously he's in the other company. But this is where we got, what's his name? Shinsuke Nakamura went right back in the ring in the upper right corner side. Get ready to hit the King Chazda because LA Knight was distracted. He gets him right in the back of the head. He gets the 1, 2, 3 when the referee counted. This is where everybody in the front row couldn't believe it. And I was like, he said 3. Is he? And this is where the Shinsuke Nakamura was holding on to the United States. And this is where Michael Cole shouted out he's a 3-time United States champion. And this is where Shinsuke Nakamura was holding on to the championship. And what do you think what's next to this run with him being the United States champion? It seemed like Triple H have full what's they call full trust in the returning samurai, the return of the samurai war samurai or samurai warrior, whatever you want to call him. But it seemed like Triple H see him as a potential he's gonna as a potential champion, maybe even a future WWE champion. At least with his final years in WWE, just for a sign with him winning the United States Championship. And I hope that this is gonna be. And I hope this is gonna be some a sign of it. And it's a complete opposite. He's not gonna be from 6 years ago when he turned heel the last time, and then when he was the only thing he was remembered by is low blowing his opponents right into the family jewels. First it was with AJ Styles, and then it was with Jeff Hardy. But It's like I said before, but luckily it's not like that, and they're just gonna continue to do the rivalry. Like we're making this pointless. Like, but even if they did continue the rivalry, like they made Shinsuke Nakamura look stronger here in this match. Even if it was the opposite with LA Knight winning, like I think they would have guaranteed would have continued this fight, and maybe we could have seen Shinsuke Nakamura could have won. But yeah. But either way, they made the right choice. They finally made the right decision of putting But yeah, let me know in the comments down below if they did make the right decision. But this is the second match that I probably got wrong here on my predictions, because sometimes I can be wrong, and I'm not a perfect Peter or a perfect or what's that? A perfect, yeah, I guess a perfect Peterson, I guess you could say. But it's where we got Braun Breaker then came out, like, because he had the title that he had to defend his Intercontinental Championship against what's his name? Onto against Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus. And man, this match was so good. Like we almost saw like a I'll say we almost saw like something just happened that we probably would want to see, like with somebody having their moment and finally win a championship to be complete in their WWE career. But anyways, this is gonna probably get the blue ribbon of the night, while the United States Championship, I'm sorry, that was the shocker, and that was probably what WWE needed right here. Like, and it shows that I'm not like a predictor. Like I'm not like a perfect predictor, like, and I know, and I cannot like see stuff in the future. But I just thought that they could see like LA Knight hold on to that United States Championship a little bit longer, even if they did that Shinsuke Nakamura do win the championship in some way. But I think Shinsuke Nakamura, hopefully this reign will graduate him to become a world champion, which I'm have my fingers crossed, hoping that's going to happen. But until then, like, we finally seeing him like actually gonna be given a care about. And somebody just tells me he's gonna be defending this championship this time around. But anyways, we got a triple threat. This triple threat match is where we saw like both Braun Breaker and Sheamus take care of Ludwig Kaiser. Then it was Sheamus and Breaker that was going one-on-one with each other. But this is where we saw Michael Cole was naming all the achievements Sheamus won. Like winning the Royal Rumble in 2012, winning the King of the Ring in 2011, and winning the United States Championship 3 times, the World Championship about 4 times, like with the big WWE World Championship, like when no, it was the Spinners Championship twice, the big gold belt back in 2012, and then 2010 he won the WWE title twice. Well, 2000 at the end of 2009 he won the WWE belt, and his title the reign ended like 2 months after that at was that Elimination Chamber, was it? But this is where then we got, then this is where then he won his final world championship in 2015, which was exactly, and you will not believe when was the last place where he won his last title reign, and that was back in Survivor Series 2015. That was exactly 9 years ago. But this is where we got Sheamus then hits the Irish Curse backbreaker on the Braun Breaker, like while Michael Cole's naming what is his accolades, and even won Money in the Bank back in 2015. And this was this where he's like, and guess who was the guy that he beaten to become the WWE World Champion? Yep, you guessed it, the OTC himself, Roman Reigns, when he was known as the Big Dog. When he had those blue eyes, which was very unnecessary. That's where we got Sheamus to try. This is where we got Sheamus to try to go for the crucifix Celtic bomb. And this is where Ludwig Kaiser then interrupted them from doing the maneuver. This is where Ludwig Kaiser did that's where Ludwig Kaiser did drape Braun Breaker like upside down, like from the middle ropes, like on the outskirts. That's where he went right to the right corner, hit the missile drop kick onto what's the name to Braun Breaker, like, because they were in the second ring, not the first one. And whoever matches that were not in the whatever matches that they had 2 rings involved, like we just saw like
The other people will be rude.
this is where, but yeah, this is where they did in the pattern. Like whoever matches that did not needed to use 2 rings, like the War Games matches that were or non-War Games match, they did it in a pattern. Like the first match was in the first ring, and the second match was in the second ring, and then the third match was in the first ring. That's the one thing I noticed. Which I thought was gonna be a pattern like from SmackDown to Raw, like Raw gets the second ring and SmackDown wrestlers get the first ring. But this is where Ludwig Kaiser go for the kick right to the face. This is where we got. This is where we got Ludwig Kaiser to put the chair wedge right to the bottom left corner side because it is a no disqualification match. A triple threat match has been like that for the last, I'll say, 14, 15 years. This is where once he turned around, like after he got the chair up, Sheamus is like, okay, what you were doing, fella? And this is where the Ludwig kind of like nothing. I'm just redecorating the ring. This is where Braun Breaker's like, oh really? This is where Sheamus is like, here, fella, like how about we help you? This is where it's like you need to do one for yourself. It's like here's a decoration right in your hand. This is where Braun Breaker played along with him. This is where they sent him right to the diagonal side where the chair was wedged at, right to the upper right side. This is where they double Irish whip Ludwig Kaiser right into the bottom left side. Is where we got him to sit. This was to try to sit him right into the wedge chair. This is where, but this is where luckily Ludwig Kaiser slide ducks. This is where then we got Sheamus then sent what's his name Ludwig right into the right side to hit the 10 beats to the boring. And this is where we got Braun Breaker turns him around, clothesline him right out of nowhere. This is where Braun Breaker's like like you forgot this is the every man for himself, not a 2-on-1 handicap match. Obviously, it wasn't. This is where Braun Breaker waited for Ludwig Kaiser to get into a certain corner, right here, right to the bottom left side is where the fans, like including the 49er fan that had a 49er shirt on, this is where then he was like, I'm ready for the spear, this little sucker. But this is where Ludwig Kaiser like, who's the little sucker? Like I found I find a little bone-sucking dog right here, a hellish bone-sucking dog, I should say. That which was Braun Breaker by hitting the face first, right to the left side is where Ludwig Kaiser was like, yeah, like my plan actually worked. This is where Ludwig Kaiser like 1 down and 1 more to go. This is where drop kick hits the stomach first, right into Sheamus, right into the symbol of steel steps with him back first. This is where it's Sheamus right into that same front part of his midsection, right into the announce table. The Braun Breaker, the flying shoulder block, which a move that I thought I would never see Braun Breaker would do in the matches where we got Braun Breaker then hits a belly-to-belly suplex right onto Kaiser. This is where he sent him right into the bottom part skirt of the right corner. This is where we got Braun Breaker then hits face first on the Sheamus right onto the top rope. This is where we got the former NXT champion then brought Sheamus back in the ring. This is where Braun Breaker is like, like who wants to bark with me? This is where there was a lot of fans that were doing so. This is where we got. This is where then brought Sheamus down. This is where he tried to go for a pin. But this is where Sheamus kicked out at 2.1. This is where Braun Breaker started doing some push-ups. This is where he's like, I can do this all day, baby. And this is where then we got him to go for a right hand to the face. This is where
I have to jump.
This is where we got Braun Breaker then follow things up like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna get back up, fella? Like mocking Sheamus in the process. This is where we got Sheamus then start hitting some right hands in the midsection. This is where he started doing repeatedly until he power slammed him. This is where he tried to go for a pin. But this is where like looked like he was about to get away with it. But it was but one for Gunther's meddling son, which that was Ludwig Kaiser. Like, and this wasn't this was the first time, but it wasn't the last time that we saw Ludwig Kaiser screw Sheamus out of being a Ultimate Grand Slam champion by winning the IC title, a belt that he's yet to win in WWE. This is where we got Ludwig Kaiser trying to slap Sheamus like right to the left side of his face. This is where Sheamus were a right hand is where they start going out, start just throwing fists right into each other back and forth, like boom, boom. But Sheamus then started hitting some brutal punches. Then hits Kaiser face first right into the table. Is where he tried to go. This is where he tried to go for what's that called? Like what's it called? I'll say the Celtics edge, but it's where eggs. I mean, the Celtic edge. This is where we got Braun Breaker. Then came out of nowhere, the flying clothesline right off the top of the right side apron, just running right into Sheamus. This is where Braun Breaker. This is where they both went right into the back of the Alan the announce table. This is where Ludwig and Kaiser tried to throw Sheamus right into the right side. That's where he started doing some arrogant poses with like after he thought he took both Breaker and Sheamus down. That's where he started 10 beats to the boring, like onto him, which was the guaranteed, the rules of 4,003. That's where, like, what was that like? And yeah, it's like it was it's a rhyme, so it was true. This is where Braun Breaker tried to go clothesline. He started doing it to him. Third time with the charm. This is where then we got Sheamus then got back inside the ringside area off the upper right corner side of the audience. This is where Sheamus threw Kaiser right back in the ring. Sheamus then try to capitalize on it, but this is where we got Ludwig kind of rolled out of the ring on the right side, and this is where fans are chanting, "This is awesome!" And I was like, I would have given this probably I'll say at least the third place spot, but the United States Championship is taking that spot for it being the most shocking and the most very I'll say entertaining match of the night, like with it being like having some. I'll say some having some really good performances by the two, just grappling it out and showing like who's still gonna walk out as the United States Championship, which I thought was Los Angeles. Unfortunately, it wasn't. It was actually Shinsuke, and the good thing about this that we all know Shinsuke is not getting buried, and he's actually going to be pushed to the moon. But this is where we got Sheamus then. This is where Sheamus then was like, "What the hell are you doing, Ludwig?" This is where Ludwig Kaiser is grabbing the side. Like, I got it's Braun Breaker rapping on him, let's throw it out like mid. This is where they did so by throwing fists right to each other. This is where we got That's where then we got Sheamus. This is what Braun Breaker's over for a drop kick. All right, to see who's gonna win. That's gonna help him get the tennis racket win, which is 1.1 away from being. So we got moved out of the way, hits shoulder and head first right into that corner. Sheamus then ran right to the left side, hits a broke, yet again screwed Sheamus out of becoming with the shillelagh. That's where we got. Ludwig guy trying to finish him off by hitting more of it with him. This is where Sheamus hit a broke knee right into the face. This is where the Sheamus tried to go for a pin. This is where get a one, got two, right to the
7-1.
This is where Ludwig Kaiser to go for that face plant maneuver. This is where Sheamus. Yeah, it's hard to do once you're a kid, but anyway, it's where Sheamus then picks up Ludwig Kaiser. This is where he tried to go for that DDT faceplant maneuver. This is where he did so, but this is where Ludwig Kaiser Giri like to finish things off. Yeah, I see. Gorilla press. Like a springboard gorilla press, like if you're addicted to it, but unfortunately, I got this part wrong. Where Braun Breaker instead of starting to the guy that's going to be competing at the War Games match tonight. But what was your thoughts on this match? Do you think this deserves a third place spot, or do you think this was perfect in section right down below? Before I get into that, I was like, but like in question, like hopefully we see let's hope we see Sheamus like do get back and being the Intercontinental Champ so it can be completed and his Ultimate Grand Slam champions that he accomplished and his this is where we got they were doing WWE was still doing a complete good job of making. But I see. Yeah. Oh, ouch, face first. But anyways.
He hit his head in the foot.
Yeah, but now I want to.
Yeah. Look, it looks like he got beat up.
I know. Yeah, he got his arm broken and messed. Looked like very convincing that he's actually just making a statement out of the former world. The referee was like, "Are you left side?" Left a huge grin. Is where he's like, like you're from the stripes, like what he would say in his what's it called accent, his Austrian accent. But he ends up hitting a flapjack face buster maneuver, like hitting face first right onto the canvas. This is where Damian Priest then was like, oh, my shoulder. This is where Gunther finally found something that he got confidence in. And that's what exactly what he was doing. He was using this very likely injured shoulder against him, like for his advantage. This is where then Gunther just started running over it. This is where he started. Where then Gunther then did it onto the second rope by hitting him right to the ring post and onto Barry's tombstone on the right side. To the this is where he redid the count out, even though like he didn't. And I think that kind of rhymes. So yeah, that was absolutely true. Like with champion and win, but this is where we got Damian Priest going for a right hand. This is where we got Gunther then. This is where we got. This is where Gunther got him throwing him right back in the ring. This is where we got Damian Priest and. This is where Gunther right to the midsection. This is where then we got. When it's like exactly like SummerSlam, like that, then he goes for an arm stretch. This is where then he goes for another one to the right side to start stretching. Like, and yeah, and this is where he was making a statement, making an example out of Damian Priest, started hitting him with a chop to the point that it seemed like it was wrestling like one of the guys that used that wrestler. This is where Damian Priest had an elbow strike to start repeatedly hitting him right to the face, where both men were down. This is where the Damian Priest. But this is where we got Damian Priest and even though like it was on the way from being 3, with Damian Priest looking very convincing, even though we all knew that it was gonna be the complete opposite. We're gonna try to go for Right, Nikki, what are you talking about?
You want to watch?
Like after I take care of this?
No. I don't want Bob making. I'm just making something for you, Gunner. But it's a secret. My secret ingredient is something. And you can't get it.
Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, excuse me. I got you. Because they have Frosty on, so you're gonna have to wait for a little while before you can get Vlad and Nikki. But this is where we got anyway. We got not Ludwig Gunther. His kayfabe dad was on for a Camaro line right on the Damian Priest. This is where, but Damian Priest to the left corner rope got himself up the top rope. Maybe it was a huge mistake. Like my dad used to say, like the wrestlers that's not really like a high risk guy, like because the ring general was a couple steps further. This is where then, but this is where Damian Priest was still fighting back. This is where we saw. Upper right into back in the ring. This is where the referee was so distracted with Gunther, like he totally forgot about Damian Priest on the outside. This is where Finn Balor was there. This is where then Finn Balor was there, like interfering, like, and this is where my benefits of the doubt failed me because Balor then hit a coup de grace right on the Damian Priest when he was standing right to the upper left corner. Get the hell out of here! Like you're not supposed to be here. Like I should have known that you were gonna pay a visit and screw him out of it right again. And this is where I was like, yeah, somebody better call Britney Spears because he did it again. He move on and win the back the world title, but unfortunately, Finn Balor gave Damian Priest the reason why they should revisit their feud. This is where Gunther was like, "What the hell?" Like I didn't ask for help, and this is where the referee saw this. This is where the referee was like, "What the hell you're doing there, Finn Balor? I hope you didn't do anything sneaky." Made that clear. This is where we saw Gunther the broad dog. What are you doing?
You shut up. You shut up.
They did, and then we could see someone like Seth Rollins and CM Punk could be the one to dethrone him. Not trying to wish Gunther the champion of the main event WrestleMania, because given that we saw like this before with the tag team match with The Rock and Roman Reigns against Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, the winner gets to choose the stipulation for the match between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns on the following night at WrestleMania 40. And then before that, we saw Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens main event WrestleMania with the tag team titles on the line. Well, I should make it another example with Kevin Owens main event. But this is where, but yeah. But anyway, we got main with Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Jimmy Uso, and CM Punk. And speaking of the Chicago main wrestler, yes, I'm in the middle.
Cake.
Okay, like if I get this, okay.
So I can turn into Batman. That's much better. I'm opening it. But the food will get hot when it gets out. And it's there, are you? I'm into this one and then oh, I want a banana cake. What cake? I want white cake. No, I want green cake. Can I have a green cake?
Yes. You're kind of interrupting me though, because I'm trying to get this done like soon. But y'all always keep asking Uncle Super Ninja Austin for some favors.
I'm Super Mr. Austin. I'm Super Baby. Oh, yeah. Why?
Okay, y'all.
Julian. What is this? The grandmaster is too tight.
That's the earbuds. This is not a clubhouse. This is a podcast. So excuse me.
It's a clubhouse.
No. Anyways, assassinators, ignore these two little gremlins. Like, well, any further delay is where we saw, the babyface team against the heel team. And and the funny thing is, like, it's been a whole year since we seen CM Punk back. Like since last Survivor Series, after the men's main event Survivor Series of last year with the Judgment Day versus the team Cody, like, and then once the end, like where we thought Randy Orton was probably going to be the realistic return, yet like hell froze over because we saw CM Punk or Chip Magnet Punk himself make his long 9 long year return in the square circle with Seth Rollins being very ticked off because he said some very horrible stuff to him in the past, like ever since leaving WWE, like. But that's been long gone, it was very shocking to see him in his hometown in Chicago, even though it was probably in the thumbnail, but still, it did happen. But I would not expect 300 and I would not expect 366 days later we would see him be him in a team with someone like Roman Reigns, let alone in a War Games match. But it's where it started. But anyways, this is what. But that's where it started. Things started off with main event Jey Uso. Yeet. That's where then he started hitting some yeet punches right into the face of Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga followed up with a right yeet punch right into the face. Yes. Hope it is the last favor to ask me after, before ending this video.
Look at that, have a good idea. Giant. I want to keep this on.
Okay, keep it on.
Good idea.
Well, that's where we got main event Jey Uso. Then they go for a flapjack right onto Tama Tonga. Right into this. No, it's not the time for that. No. That's where I got Tama Tonga snapmares, Jey Uso. I'm trying to untie it. Jeez. Fine. I'm trying to help you do that in the first place.
I can't see. Where am I?
I play way too much.
He wasn't in the game. I can't see.
Anyways, assassinators, without being interrupted, this is where we got. This is where Tama Tonga was in offense. He started hitting some axe handles. It looked pretty weak. To be honest, though, that's why I shouldn't be going around like that. That's why I shouldn't be playing too much.
That's what I did.
Yeah, he just overreacted and been over dramatic. But that's why we got Tom. This is why you gotta be careful. This is where you gotta watch where you're falling towards. But anyway, this is where we got Tama Tonga to start going for a right hand onto main event Jey Uso. This is where we got Tama Tonga sliding right to the middle rope, go for a springboard swanton or senton actually, rolling senton right onto Jey Uso. This is where we got this is where we try to go for a right hand, but it's where Jey Uso keeps blocking by some right hand of his own. It's like boom, yeet punches. Is where everybody started chanting yeet, 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 and then this is where then we got main event Jey Uso then try Irish whip Tama Tonga right to the from the upper left side to the bottom right side. This is where we got Tama Tonga try to do insult to injury by doing the yeet chant or the yeet thing onto what's his name? The Jey Uso. This is where he goes for like a frog splash. This is where he try to go for a pin. But main event Jey Uso then nearly kick out. This is where we got. This is where he started hitting some right hands right to the face, where he changed his mind or get hit with a right hand. This is where we got Big Bronson Reed. Then got next into the third match. The third competitor in the War Games match. This is where he got. This is where he got. That's where we got Bronson Reed grab a couple steel chairs in the ring. That's where we got main event Jey Uso was fighting back by throwing the chairs right into the face of Big Bronson Reed into his belly until Bronson Reed did karate chop 1 1/2. That's where we got. Why do I always do this when I'm at the end of my podcast?
You almost to the end?
Yeah, I'm almost at the end, and y'all always do this. It never fails. Like, I bet even my viewers even see this, too. They're like, yeah, it never fails. But anyways, this is where we got Big Bronson Reed go for a belly tackle. Okay, chill out, boys. This is where we got Big Bronson Reed. Was like, yeah, like 1 down, like 4 more to go. This is where we got Bronson Reed and be careful, you don't want to get hurt now. But this is where we got it slammed right to the ribs with the steel chair. This is where we got be careful, y'all don't want to get hurt. This is where we got the chair. This is where we got a chair. This is where we got slamming it right into the Jey Uso's ribs and his belly. This is where then we got Tama Tonga joining in to the chair hitting express. This is where we got. That's where we got Bronson Reed and going right up. Be careful, this is not permanent. Stop.
No, I'm not. It's round of me.
Oh, bother. That's where, while being interrupted. Stop, don't toss that. This is where we got Tama Tonga lower. I'm not Tama Tonga low. Tama Tonga start going fist right onto main event Jey Uso. This is where then we got them stomping right into the midsection. This is where we got. This is where fans are chanting, "Let's go Jey Uso!" Clap, Jey Uso. This is where we got odds. We got the OG Bloodline even the odds with Jimmy Uso being number 4 on the match. You see, like, oh, that's where we got the second oldest team, baby. Stop pulling my hair. Anyways.
Oh my God.
But anyways, assassinators. This is where, like, it always be the same. No, what do you get? But this is where we got main event. I mean, not main event. I mean, Big Jimbo. Then, like, what's up with him and his wife always being the second competitor to make it in the ring? Stop. It's not a game. That's not what this podcast was for. Stop. You're not.
Oh my God. Ouch. Ouch.
Be careful. This is why you can't be jumping like this. Stop. Stop, please. Please, before somebody gets hurt. anyways, Assassin, without being interrupted. And just because I say that don't mean you don't interrupting me.
Yes, come will try you and see if he can see.
But anyways,
Okay, you keep it on. No. Yeah.
this is where we got this is where we got Jimbo Uso, and I'm like what is up with him and his wife being the second babyface team of War Games? Always be. I bet if they had the event, he would probably be number 3, just like her. Like it seemed like they wanted to be second when it comes to getting started into the War Games match. Then we got we got Jimbo. They're going for a Samoan drop. Like this is where he turned. This is where he hit a diving corkscrew on both Tama Tonga and Bronson Reed, the same guy that attacked him when the new bloodline was created, the SmackDown after WrestleMania. That's where we got both Jimmy and Jey Uso, like then double team Bronson Reed by going with Jimmy Uso going for a spear right to the belly, with main event Jey Uso going for a splash. This is where we got him doing it to Tama Tonga right to the opposite side in the bottom left side. Then put him then go for a Uso splash. This is where we got on the hem. This is where we got This is where we got Jimmy Uso to send Tama Tonga face first right to the cage, getting more revenge onto him because he still haven't forgot about what he did to him back in April, even though that was 7 months ago. But this is where we got Jimmy Uso got Bronson Reed, while Jimmy Uso got Tama Tonga to start hitting right hands right to the face diagonally from each other. With Jey Uso with Bronson Reed was in the upper left side, and Jey Uso was with Tama Tonga in the bottom right. This is where the right hand. Like this is where we got the Uso this is where Jimmy Uso did the final. No, don't be doing that.
It's a monster.
But this is where we got This is where we got a double uppercut. This is where we got a double uppercut by the Usos right onto the Jacob Font. I'm not Jacob Font. I'm talking about Bronson Reed. This is where we got what's his name? This is where we got the Usos and try to do some more double team maneuvers on the Bronson Reed by double Irish whipping him right on face first into the cage on the right side, which he get hit with plenty of sharp material items, but still he haven't been busted open, which I was like, how in the hell that is? This is where we saw Tonga Loa. I'm keep getting them mixed up. It's where like he was about to go in, but it's where it gets cut by what's his name by Solo. We rather prefer to have Jacob Fatu be number 5, with him still praying to him because he loves doing that. Like I pray, worship, and acknowledge my tribal chief. And this is where he started doing that until he then got right into the ring. This is where then he was breaking havoc. I was like, maybe this was probably a good reason why he should have. This was probably a good reason why he wanted them to be the difference maker. But what difference does it make? When the match did not end by a pinfall or submission until all 10 men are in the ring at the same time for War Games. Not 1-on-1, not 2-on-1, not 2-on-2, 3-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-3, or 4-on-4, or 4-on-5. Definitely, it's gonna be all 10 of them being 5-on-5 men. Like when we're gonna do 1-on-1. So I'm not sure what was Soul's intention of doing that. But this is where we got Jacob Fatu, then threw Jimmy Uso, trapped him right into the top corner apron, onto the top corner ropes. This is where then we got Jacob Fatu then going for a springboard flip right into the. That's where he goes for a springboard flip right into him, kicks him right into the rope. This is where he goes for a moonsault on the main event Jey Uso. While he did so, this is where Jacob Fatu then picks him up with Bronson Reed, while Tama Tonga looked like he was the leader. But them try to go for a triple powerbomb or maybe triple other maneuver. Bleeding. How he got cut from? Where he got that cut from? I should have known. I'm just kidding.
I
But
just showed
that's where we got. That's where we got. This is where they did like a double. They got a double flapjack. This is where we got Tamatanga. Yeah.
How are we gonna get this off?
Just wash it up to the sink, like in the bathroom.
Jimmy, Jay, can you get a wipe?
Or a wipe, yeah. But anyways, this is where we get this is where we got this we got yes, I can. Bob Crumb, this is where he's like, yeah, like that's what we do here in the new bloodline. Is where it was like, yeah, this is where then he dips him right from the top corner to the bottom. This is where he goes, kicks Bronson Reed right in the midsection. Then hits some right hands until he gets hit with a headbutt by the monstrous bulldozer. I guess you could say this is where he sent him right to the upper right corner side. This is where once you ole, 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 like ole, 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 ole. That's where things. That's where then he was shaking the cage. That's where he go for a double running foot stomp, like if he spiked Dudley. That's where then. That's where then Sami Zayn then to go up right into the I'll say the upper right, the left side, but by on the second rope, this is where Jacob Fatu caught him, but Jimmy Uso tells Sami Zayn like, hey, like, how about our little handshake or a big hug because they're forever gonna be brothers, even though they're not blood related. Zayn and Jimmy.
I think he's been hiding them from his mom and.
Yeah, I think he'd been too. Right into the middle, and this is where he starts stomping onto the Jimbo. This is where Sami Zayn, the turnaround, start hitting some strikes on him. But this is where Jacob Fatu attacks Sami Zayn while Jay Uso try to help out his honorary brother by attacking him. But this is where we got Bronson Reed headbutts him. This is where we got Bronson Reed that was trying to take all three of them down, but this is where Jacob Fatu was helping them out. This is where we got Tonga Loa eventually was number 7 at this point. Like, then this is where he brought out a lad of the table. This is where fans like, boo, we don't want you to bring the ring, and we don't mean that by you playing the evil heel. We don't want you to give us what we want because we don't ask it for you. We want to ask CM Punk, well, I like to call him Chick Magnet Punk. But anyways, this is where we got Tonga Loa did not bring one table, but 2 tables, 2 inside, and then we've got one on the left side and the other on the right side. This is where fans start chanting impressive, I'll say, measures and moonsault, like doing double decker moonsault.
We're watching a movie.
That's like a wrong time. And get back our favorites.
There's still another one. And the monster truck going down one. There's one. Wait, watch this. Wait, move out the way. That. We have to dodge that.
Hope it's gonna be the last favor.
This is what he did.
I'm always the only one that's dependable.
That's your turn.
Oh, it's like the one to be the substitute, not
It was
the
like
leader.
this. That's my turn. Mine went like that. Is it my turn? Wait, then you had to make it over this. Can you move? Yes, because move. Oh,
You have to wait for
look!
this.
This is lava. No. You had to try to hit it. I tried to hit it. But there's another jump. Look.
Anyways, assassinators. Hopefully, not wait too long for that. But yeah, he hit the split leg and move. So like, I never thought that he would. Even guys like Jacob Fatu would do. I'm like, wow, like he's really just hitting a split leg move. So,
like this.
That's where luckily we got we got another even in the odds situation with right after Tama Tonga then hits a drop kick by destroying this poor twin brother. This is where Roman Reigns looks like he's like, okay, like I'm about to be number 8, but this is where CM Punk cut in front, like, no, I think you should set this out. But this is where we got CM Punk look like he's about to be intimidated by 4-on-1 right here with the Tongans and